All right, joining us now with more, author of the brand new book, Unwoke, How to Defeat the Cultural Marxism in America, Texas Senator Ted Cruz. Before I get to your book, Senator, just, you hear what's going on in New York. You see this judge. You know the price of property down in Palm Beach. You know that property's worth, much closer to $1 billion, but this guy clings to $18 million. He says he doesn't want to hear from a witness. I beseech you to control your client. I don't want to hear from him. I mean, is that a kangaroo court? Is this a banana republic? Because it looks like it.
Sadly, that's exactly what it is. What Eric Trump was just saying about the unfairness of this proceeding is exactly right. Letitia James is a hardcore partisan. She campaigned saying, I'm going to get Donald Trump. I'm going to go after Donald Trump. This judge, by all appearances, is a hardcore partisan who hates Donald Trump. And we can anticipate he's going to rule against Trump. He doesn't like Trump. He wants to punish Trump. Look, you and I have both been to Mar-a-Lago many times. It is an extraordinary, it's a spectacular property. The idea that that's $18 million is utterly laughable. And I'll tell you what, there is not a person on planet Earth who, if you were told you can buy Mar-a-Lago for $18 million, wouldn't immediately go try to raise the money to do it. Like you could, it's insane.
It's insane. Let me talk to you about something, because this is really very well relevant. Your new book, by the way, is phenomenal. It's called Unwoke, How to Defeat Cultural Marxism Invading the U.S. You actually go through a history here about how communist revolutions begin with young people because they are naive. I know young people are going to be very offended by that, Senator. However, when I was young, I was naive, too. What the famous adage, I believe it was Churchill, if you're 20 and not a liberal, you don't have a heart. If you're 40 and not a conservative, you don't have a brain. Well, I'm a little over 40. Thank goodness my brain cells are working.
Well, listen, the book Unwoke, How to Defeat Cultural Marxism in America, it comes out tomorrow. And it breaks down how the radical left has seized every major institution in America. And it starts off, as you just said, Marxists always target young people. It starts off telling the story of my dad, who was a guerrilla fighting along with Fidel Castro in Cuba. He was a revolutionary. He was 14 when he started. As my dad has said, the revolution were 14 and 15-year-old boys who didn't know any better. And that's true of communist revolutions all over the country, from the Soviet Union to China to Venezuela to North Korea. That is consistent. Young people, they're idealistic, they're easily manipulated, and they don't have life experience. And the opening chapter of the book is universities, the Wuhan lab of the woke virus. And universities are where this virus was created, where it mutated, and where it spread. And we look right now at what's happening, these anti-Semitic, rabidly anti-Israel protests on college campuses. People are asking, how did this happen? It is because the cultural Marxists have taken over the universities, and they are indoctrinating students. And this radical approach then spread from universities to K through 12 education. There's a chapter on K through 12, to journalism, to big business, to big tech, to entertainment, to science. And what this book lays out is a strategy, how we fight back, how we take our country back from the cultural Marxist. And
Senator,
I got to tell you, even though the book comes out,
how do we take it back?
Well, we stand up and fight, and number one, we shine sunshine on what they're doing, because their ideas are profoundly unpopular. Ordinary Americans don't want to abolish the police. Ordinary Americans don't want open borders. Ordinary Americans don't want 8-year-old children subject to sterilization and castration. Ordinary Americans know what a woman is. And so we shine light on it, but we also increase the consequences of going woke. So, for example, the chapter on big business talks about how the Fortune 100 has become the economic enforcers for the left-wing agenda, but then it highlights what happened with Bud Light and with Target. And you look at Bud Light, we've never seen a brand light itself on fire as quickly as Bud Light did. It went from the #1 beer in America to dropping out of the top 10 to losing tens of billions of dollars because their woke executives looked down on their customers. Now, you fast forward to Target, where they had these displays aggressively marketing the transgender agenda to children, doing things like tuck friendly bathing suits for 3-year-old toddlers to tuck their genitalia away so little boys could pretend to be girls. And you know what happened? Millions of moms got pissed off, and Target likewise lost tens of billions of dollars. And what's really encouraging, you look at the internal discussions at Target when it happened, and the executives were saying, we don't want to be another Bud Light. And the key to this, we've got to change the cost and benefit analysis so that it costs more to go woke, so corporations stay the hell out of politics and just sell widgets.
Yeah. Well, Senator, the book is now out, Amazon.com. We have it up on my website, Hannity.com, Unwoke, How to Defeat Cultural Marxism, bookstores all across the country. Sir, we really appreciate you being with us and look forward to having you back as always. All right. When we come back, Governor